Welcome to another installment of This Is Not Normal on the Political Drain podcast with Drill Sergeant Doug, aka Admin Doug, a U.S. Army veteran, teacher, musician, and family man from Jamaica, now fights for justice and democracy through commentary and humor. Follow him on YouTube at Political Drain and at Sons of Liberty Official as Drill Sergeant, aka Admin Doug, continues to protect our freedoms.
And I mean, I sat up there and they projected him. And I think it felt like my soul left me. I just literally turned around in the little spot that I had, where I was staying, and I just went to sleep. I feel like I just gave up on the whole country. I think most of my life, I guess I was assumed. I thought there were more smart people in this country. Same. And it was like a slap in the face when I realized, oh my God, because the first time he won, I literally left the country. I was like, ain't no way. I heard what the last actor did, the last celebrity did in the White House. I'm not staying here. He gonna get us unalive. Then when I came back and I said, ain't no way they gonna let this fool do it again. All the stupid crap he did and started. Mm-hmm. I couldn't get out this country fast enough the first time. He was already starting stuff. Mm-hmm. Then when you come back and it's like, how are you so unqualified and you get paid so much?
Because he's that unqualified because he's been getting paid that much to do nothing and has learned nothing. Yeah. So, listen, I don't know what else to tell you because
I still think that the 2024 election was stolen. I think that was stolen.
I can definitely see that. I can see that.
I think this is a hostile takeover from the get.
What's up, YouTube? And welcome to On Your Left with Drill Sergeant Doug. Obviously, I'm Drill Sergeant Doug, and this is the political roundtable, but the kind that doesn't suck. That means that we have people on here who tell the truth, that don't have talking points that they're going to stick to, even when all the evidence to the contrary points otherwise. This is the true roundtable. We have usually a courage candidate on here, which we do have today. We also usually have an insider from Washington or maybe wherever their local capital might be. And we also have people who are influencers, who are, let's just call them social media influencers, and who are also out here as activists. We got two of those today, and more might be coming because this topic is a good one. This topic, I've been wanting to get to it for a while. I don't know why it took so long. I'm sorry, ladies, but it's here. We got to talk about the weaponization of the government against women. The attack on women. This Christian nationalist right-wing attack on women is beyond the pale. I'm not sure that anyone knew that getting rid of the abortion rights, getting rid of Roe, meant also that they were going to get rid of your right to vote. Also that the women are going to be going to, CPAC conventions, talking to each other, saying, have more babies than you can afford. Oh, and by the way, you don't want to vote. Just let your husband vote for you. As a matter of fact, this is turning into the daggone Handmaid's Tale, is what this is. We need to combat it. We got to talk about it. And today, talking about it with us, we have Neff of Oh the Disrespect. I just love that name. This is a brand new. You guys haven't seen her before, but she's a brand new content creator who I'm actually in love with. You guys have to check out Oh the Disrespect whenever you get the chance. How are you, Neff?
I'm a little frazzled trying to get my bills correct, but I'm okay. How are you?
I'm all right. The bills, after going to DC over the 4th weekend, I did a little speech there. Yeah, my bills are They're frazzling as well. I'll just say that. We're all in the same boat.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Exactly. We also have with us, guys, we have a recurring guest who is running for the House seat in District 4 of Connecticut. His name is Joeseph Parez. What's going on, sir?
Hey, man. Thanks for having me back on. Great speech in D.C. It was good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you saw that. Okay, so let's get into it. You're in Connecticut. So the abominations that have been coming down legally on women have not been as much there. But I'm 100% sure that when you get to the House, because you got to win, he's got to win. When you get to the House, these are going to be some of the things that we're going to have to combat. And I'm not even sure how to do it. So the other half of this question is, how do we tear this crap down once the orange guy is gone? Can we? What are the laws? What can we do? I'm going to go to you first. Do you have anything in mind that can combat what is going on in these red states as far as abortion rights, as far as any of the bodily autonomy things that's going on there? People are having ectopic pregnancies and dying as a result. You tell me. You're the legislator. What you got for me?
So there's two sides to it that I think are really important. The first is just basic threat analysis. I think men specifically need to understand that women are actively under attack. And that this attack is not some nebulous thing coming from nowhere. These are men. These are males who have, thought about this. Women have just within even my lifetime started to get certain rights that men have always had. And these men are getting upset with that and are responding legislatively, responding in the courts. So what we need to do, and men need to become allies and start listening to women on this. Mm-hmm. Start acknowledging who the effing bad guys are. Saying, no, you are actively attacking women through your job. We're going to combat that. So that sounds generic, but that's extremely important because you can't stop a problem if you don't acknowledge it exists. And if you dismiss women's voices and be like, they're just, no, stop. You're the problem. Let's acknowledge that women are under attack. The second part, and this is going to sound daydreamy and over-comprehensive, but I think it's going to be the only way to permanently cement an equal right, is we need a constitutional amendment. If not a complete constitutional restatement or restructuring. And I would take that even farther and say, yeah, that's for everybody. Civil liberties, universal right to vote. I mean, like we just lost the Voting Rights Act. Like that could be something that with a constitutional amendment, we would have never lost it. Right. So I do think that we can expand our citizens' rights with a constitutional amendment or a constitutional restatement. But speaking specifically now just on women, rather than how holistic and comprehensive that could be, I think when you have the federal system and the state system and the way these sort of laws can have this long-form narrative across generations, that also means money and capital and strategy can take generations. So there are dudes who were 20 years old, racist and sexist, and now they're 80 and they're very happy with the wins they were able to score. Yeah. And we have to be vigilant. And I think we have to be comprehensive. So that would be my response is it's social and men need to start being aware and need to start being allies and need to march behind women and side by side with women when they say that they're under attack, because they are. We need to call it the fools doing it. But we also need to do a robust level of reformation that, frankly, I think a lot of people aren't ready for. And yet we all desperately needed 300 years ago.
Yeah.
50 years ago. We should have done it right the first time and not been a nation of genocide and sexism and slavery. But we're alive now and we can try and fix it.
Welcome to America. Welcome to America. And the idea of the constitutional amendment is not the first time that that's been done. It is a travesty to the Democratic Party that they haven't pushed and gotten it done when they could have. It's going to be impossible, maybe in this setting, but we'll see how the votes go in 2026. Neff, what is your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, I'm coming from a mother who was brought up in Mississippi during 1950s. Yeah,
okay.
and then she left home at 15, got her GED, went to Job Corps, got her teaching degree, all of that stuff. She did it alone. I mean, when she decided she wanted to have a kid, she had her kid, gave the man the whole decision. Look, you can be in her life or you can walk away. She gave him the choice of giving up his rights. I wish he had it. But anyways.
Oh, man.
At this point, I've come to the conclusion. You got men who have kids, and then you got fathers. I happen to have a man who has kids.
Oh. Sorry about that.
As for like the whole thing with, first of all, as I was trying to get to, I'm not very, I'm a little hostile towards males.
Okay.
I hate to say it, and that's something from birth, like growing up, because I was surrounded by a lot of strong and some masculine women. Very heterosexual, but they had to carry on that mantle, especially coming from the deep South. And within that, they instilled in me a lot of, I guess, bullheadedness. But either way, I don't. Yeah.
You got to be careful with this. The amount of times, just the other day, they called Michelle Obama a man.
Oh, that ticked me off.
Right.
But
so
we
when
even got people people in our own race doing that, and it ticks me off when they do it.
So don't say masculine, because Wonder Woman.
Okay, I know what you're saying.
Wonder Woman is out there, and she's a
masculine,
beautiful,
with her.
strong woman.
Beautiful, masculine, strong woman.
Yeah, if a black woman does it, she's acting like a man. No, strong is strong, and that's okay. Like
Wonder Woman is masculine.
Thank you. So let's not do that.
Decking people and stuff. I ain't even seen Michelle deck nobody. That's masculine is all get out.
And that's a whole nother thing. I mean, black women, of course, are going to be at the bottom of every totem pole because they're black and they're women. Women have always been attacked and always been second class. We're also
holding up that totem pole as well.
Go ahead, say that again.
And we're also holding up that totem pole at the same time. My back hurts.
That is an unbelievable hurdle to overcome. Yet, I think that what you're saying when you talk about how you're raised or having those examples of strong women,
I'm just saying it means because that we had to become masculine.
Because you had to be. But also on the other side of that is the most educated populace in America is also black women because of that.
My mother, she didn't graduate, but she got her GED, and then she graduated from Willock, which is one of the top teaching schools.
There we go. So
then she forced me to Howard. Oh God.
You went to Howard. You got forced into Howard.
Yeah, I wanted to go to Morehouse. I had Morgan. I was going to Morgan, and she was like, "Oh, Howard wants you. Go there." I'm like, "Oh God." I ain't gonna lie. There's a lot of bougie people over there.
Yeah, I know. I live very close. I'm not a fan of a lot of it. But listen, besides all of that, I'm going now, before I destroy myself here. Here's the deal. We have the legislative way to deal with what we see happening, and we have to acknowledge that it's happening. You as a content creator, though, there's another side to why this is happening, as I would say, as quickly as it is. There's this pipeline straight to the male manosphere, right? Mm-hmm. From boys go online, manosphere, they turn into whatever this is. How are you seeing this in your areas, online, in your comment section? Are you seeing what's going on here? And what the heck can we do about this?
I see it, not in my group, because honestly, most of my friends are male. My mother was a tomboy, but I'm actually more girly than she is.
Okay.
And I still don't fit in the archetype of a female. Most of my home, I'll grub, I eat, all of that. My whole thing is, I get tired of hearing them. I do hear them, and I'm like, you sound like freaking idiots. Still a virgin, huh? Okay. Didn't have a date to prom, did you? Okay. Yeah, your best friend is righty. Good to know.
Yikes. So
I don't like it. I mean, look,
I'm a fan of making fun of them.
You have the structure of marriage. I understand it. I respect it. It's not for everybody. When you get married, you become one. Not this. Even in the Bible, it says one.
Right.
Not he comes in there and then you come behind. Yeah. There is a hierarchy with it, but it's also teamwork. As for like with the whole body things, that pisses me off. I do believe in life, but at the same time, I believe a woman should be able to say whatever the hell she wants to about her body. You didn't make it.
Okay.
You didn't pay to take care of it.
The idea of choice, right, is at the utmost importance. And the fact that they say right to life, we've got to change it, because that's not true. They mean right to make you have a baby, and then every day after that, you don't give a damn about the baby's life at all. Where is this? You got numbers, more taxes, more workers. Where's this coming from, Joseph? I've seen this manosphere stuff very, very sparsely, located on the internet, because I don't go there. But it's big. It's got millions of boys addicted and listening to these fools. Where's this coming from? How do we stop that? Or is there a way to make a wall on that pipeline?
I mean, structurally, right? Some of it's coming from the same field of thought we were talking about earlier. Really mean-spirited, evil people with a lot of money creating systems, whether it's how they invest in redlining or how they invest in media and psychology. It's the same theory. So whether they are gentrifying a community or trying to gentrify the psychology of a generation, they're still spending their capital along this investment. And, I'm 33 years old, so I'm like right at that age of the entire internet era. I have watched these people infect every single hobby I have. Archery, Ren fairs, being a martial artist, there's always a little manosphere person that shows up.
Wow.
And so it's this normalization creep of like, oh, well, I know this guy. He's a cool guy, whatever. No. Like, that's the problem, the banality of it, the chumminess of it. Being able to acknowledge that this is a threat and that it makes you feel yucky and that they're a threat to everyone you love. That's really, really important. So I think it comes, again, back down to capital and to these big players. You're right. Fox News exists for a reason, and it's to be an entertainment company that divides Americans along electoral lines, right, to win over the electoral college fight. It was always meant to destabilize, destroy, and enslave. Period. That is all Fox News is for. They are conservative to the nth degree, to the point of, like, even McCain-era conservatives are like, yo, what the hell is this? Right? They were a fringe group until they became what they are today. So I think the problem with the manosphere is its ability to normalize. When I grew up, I watched them go through everything, right? You skate, you listen to some punk rock, you go to a metal show, go to a jazz club, it's filled with great people. But then one person comes in, or two people come in, or one artist takes the wrong bag, and then makes a statement, right? Like that's that normalization, and we got to call that out. I think a lot of economic boycotts would be in order. I think that's one way to work on it. Just undercut them, right? It's not going to permanently hurt them, but it's A, going to bring the message out, and B, going to inconvenience them enough. Like
Why
maybe
can't
over
we?
time.
You're a martial artist. You're running for office. Right now, we have Keg's Breath running the military, and his right hand, his
Sorry, I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah, man. Keg's Breath is out there running the military, drinking straight out the bottle, and his right hand, what do you say? Wild Eyes? No, not even that. His right hand minister of religion, of false religion, of evil, minister of evil. I like that. Is there telling people women don't have the right to vote. Women are just people who are there to give birth. I think that his exact words: women are people who birth people. That's it. After that, there's nothing left. That's it. Now, of course, we can. That's not even Miller. No, this is the pastor. This is the pastor at the church. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, obviously, if you had a penis the size of an Energizer battery, you too might feel the same thing. I understand where that comes from. How does he get there? And I can't see Joeseph Parez-Caputo talking about being a martial artist being cool. How come we have people on Valor Media, Valor TV that are, these are Army guys, these are all, big, masculine, muscular guys that do the man thing and talk man shit, but they can't get that same reach. They can't get that same social pull. Why can't we see that? What is it about this that is, well, you know what? I bet you're going to say capital as well. Will it work if we have more of them, I guess is the question. Or why is it that these guys are so, what do you call it? Are so attractive and the other guys aren't?
Who's attractive?
Neff, did you want to voice up first? Because I saw you put your hand up. I want to voice
one thing because I was in boot camp and I saw what I considered these super soldiers in the Navy. Uh-huh. And when we went into the gas chamber, I came out clean. I couldn't. They had liquid coming out of every orifice.
Yeah,
and I'm just sitting up there like, wasn't that supposed to be super soldier over there? Wasn't that supposed to be the next Schwarzenegger?
No, CS gas will definitely separate.
But I do have one question. You said attractive.
Attractive to young men. What I'm saying is,
because I was about to say none of those people over there at that 1600 are attractive. They are the most hideous things I've ever seen.
What I'm trying to find out is why is that more attractive to young men than the guys who are on Valor Media, than the guys who are doing martial arts, who are talking about being normal guys.
Yeah. I think that
what is this?
This is going to sound a little simple, but mac and cheese can never become your favorite food if you're only fed burgers. You'll know you kind of like the cheese in the cheeseburger, but you're never going to know something unless you experience it. Yeah. And so, part of it's capital, sure. But part of it is the logical outgrowth of when Malcolm X said, we're not outnumbered, we're outorganized. So part of it, sure, is capital, but part of it is just the valve system. There's 1,000 dudes like me. I'm not special. There's maybe 12 dudes like them. They're not special. But the valve lets more of them in, and then the kids are only shown that like cheeseburger concept or whatever. So by the time they get to people like me, they're already pre-programmed with, okay, you're an incel, you're this, you're that. And Neff, I'm sure you know this. Some of these dudes aren't even that strong. We can survive what we're taught to survive. And to quote my dad, sometimes an ass kicking saves your life.
Yeah.
Right? Some of these dudes who want to abuse women or think they're racially superior, I would love to put them in a situation where they just get their clock cleaned.
Okay.
You know?
Let's go there. How about this? Let me ask you, because this is what I'm trying to. There you go. Pull the bat out. This is what I'm trying to figure out.
And it's pink.
There is a legislative answer, right? There's a legislative answer.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, there is people marching on July 4th called Patriot Front that feel like they're strong because they have a mass of people carrying Confederate flags on July 4th of all things, and these are the most misogynistic
wet spots on their pants too.
And they're all just gross. Is it okay? Can I do this now? Can we do that? Can I get a bunch of men to go around since it seems like the only thing that's attractive is, well, you want to show force. You want to hit women and hurt women. You think that you can put them in their place. How about I show you and put you in your place once a month, and just to videotape it? Am I going too far? Am I gonna get you unelected by saying that? But where's our group?
Think about it.
Is that what's needed?
It was hot out there, July 4th. I didn't see Capitol Police hit them with hoses and dogs, but not 60 years ago, even recently, people have had hoses and dogs sicked on them for being protesters, for being non-combatants, for being peaceful. I mean, shit, I think a local, I forget which spot, forgive me, but like a local municipality recently ruled it illegal to give people water if they were protesting or waiting to vote.
Oh, that's
I'm
all
like,
over
it's
the
hot.
South. That's all
like
over the
Georgia.
South.
You can give
Georgia,
people water.
That's
So you're going to let
Mississippi,
you're gonna let
Tennessee.
these dudes get away with it, right? But like, remember, gun control was never an issue until the Panthers started hanging out with firearms.
Period.
Then everybody wanted, right? Like, it's okay when a big group of dudes would forcibly take, what was it, 2014, 2015 in like the Midwest. There was a group of people, a bunch of white guys, and they took over a federal building.
Yep.
And
they
then
took over
within 2 days, it was negotiated.
They took over entire land because they thought that their cows should just graze on it. And the fact that it's government land, they can just take it because white folks think that they can just take stuff and it's theirs.
And if I do anything similar, if I do anything similar with my friend group or people who look like me or representative like me, they're going to treat me like John Brown. I'm going to be dead before the end of the week. Right? Like, that's the thing, is we need to acknowledge that they're just treating us differently. Right? Patriot Front does not care about it. Right. Like, I only look like Patriot Front, but like, they will still see me as a race traitor because I'm Puerto Rican. Right? These dudes have no problem.
Yeah.
Right.
I've seen so many brown people. I swear that they're, Patriot Front material, that they're white, as long until they do something wrong.
Everyone wants proximity to this power.
I'm up here in New England as well. I'm in Massachusetts. Yes.
Really?
All right, Connecticut.
Yeah.
All right.
So
neighbor.
I'm also half Cape Verdean. There's so many different races, you would never know who's who up here. Like, I literally have an uncle that looks exactly like you.
Yeah, okay. And then let's talk. So you know what? Here's the thing. If you can't go out in power, you go out there like I'm a big proponent of Dr. Ali Muhammad, who is in charge of the Revolutionary Black Panther Party. I do whatever actions he needs me to do. I'm there. I'm also a part of Sons of Liberty, which is we are a political group, but we're getting to be a little bit more, let's just call it preparation for the obvious military, ex-military veterans, where you saw me make that speech on the 4th.
Yeah.
These groups exist, but we also get treated differently. What we need is a few of you in powerful places to change that power structure. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, well, and also, right, just as an example of what you said, How many videos have I seen of Patriot Front, of Jake Lang, of any of these dudes renting a U-Haul to get around? U-Haul keeps giving them business.
Over
If
and
it
over
was
again.
if it was us, our account would be flagged. Even though we're peaceful and we're not hurting anybody. We're not lighting shit off and we're not lighting
How
bombs.
do they keep
So what
them?
if
Weren't-
a legislator
Background check
said,
for us.
right. So what if a legislator said, yeah, if you're owning a rental company, right, you become partially liable for any political activity, right?
we
You can
tried
find
that.
the language because
We
they
tried
find
that
it for
during-
us.
We tried that during Trump's first term when there were good people on both sides. You remember that? Like, I'm still wondering how U-Haul is still around after that, because we tried to say, well, we're going to have to make them liable. They can't do it anymore. And they were like, well, you can't use our stuff anymore. And then just a few years later, they're jumping out of U-Hauls again.
Maybe they got people at U-Haul in
that's what
in
they
the top
do.
places.
When you've infected entire federal administrative law departments, right, like the DOJ or the FBI, that also isolates anyone within those agencies who does care and who is trying to do their job, right? So if you want to talk about good people on both sides, talk about actual people who just want Americans to be safe, who are now surrounded by fucking Nazis and can't do their job, and people are quitting in droves. They're retiring. They're like, you know what? I can't work in my good conscience, I can't work at the FBI anymore. I can't work at the DOJ anymore, you know? But when Americans are so poor, then people are now going, well, I can't in good consciousness stay here, but we're going to starve to death in 2 months if I leave. So you have people planning their exits, and they are still exiting, but we're not seeing the same level of action that we could because Americans' substantive needs aren't being met. And because like right now, I'm noticing even when trying to plan events for the campaign, people are scared to say yes because they care way more about the opinions of a small group of angry alt-right guys than the large majority of patrons who service their business of multiple political votes. I've had anarchists, conservatives, socialists all say, yeah, I would vote for you in the general. Right? So it's a wide version of thought, but they're scared about like the Charlie Kirk fanatics. Right? So we have this culture of fear where everyone wants to move and make a difference and change things, but this same like cluster of guys is chokeholding everything. And look at what they're doing to women for it. Right? Because women have always led the revolution. No revolution worth having did not have women and black women specifically,
Black women specifically in this country
leading it.
And
Right? So we have a
given up.
trans genocide. Yeah, we have black women constantly being shat on, and now white women are starting to feel it, and they're freaking out. But it almost lands disingenuous because obviously what white women are going through is important, but when black women were saying it for 20, 30 years, white women were like, So we have this leftist infight happen, and the right's ready to capitalize on it.
Okay, they did exactly what Dr. said in his letter from Birmingham. The biggest problem he had wasn't the racist down south. It was the white liberal up north who said, you know, I know it's bad, but just you don't need to do it like that. Just hold on, wait a little longer, let's do it the right way. And they've been doing it the right way for so long that black women have now checked out and they're getting shot in the face in the minivan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even want to ask this, but I have to. To the black woman here, are you checked out? Are you done with this? Because what's going on?
I was homeless during the time because of all of the the manufacturing going down and all that. I was homeless when when the voting went down, and I literally traveled 2 hours to vote for Kamala.
Right.
And I mean, I sat up there and they projected him, and I think it felt like my soul left me. I just literally turned around in the little spot that I had, where I was staying, and I just went to sleep. I feel like I just gave up on the whole country. I didn't. I think most of my life, I guess I was assumed. I thought there were more smart people in this country. Same. And it was like a slap in the face when I realized, oh my God, because the first time he won, I literally left the country. I was like, ain't no way. I heard what the last actor did, the last celebrity did in the White House. I'm not staying here. He gonna get us unalive. Then when I came back and I said, ain't no way they gonna let this fool do it again. All the stupid crap he did and started. I couldn't get out this country fast enough the first time. He was already starting stuff. Then when you come back and it's like, how are you so unqualified and you get paid so much?
Because he's that unqualified because he's been getting paid that much to do nothing and has learned nothing. Yeah. So, listen, I don't know what else to tell you because
I still think that the 2024 election was stolen. I think that was stolen.
I can definitely see that. I can see that.
I think this is a hostile takeover from the get. I mean, we're seeing now as back as what, 2014, 2015? Peter Thiel and Palantir meeting with CEOs. I think that Biden was never supposed to win. I think they had 2016's electoral stuff so rigged.
Grab the whole crew.
I think they're doing right now what they expected to start doing in 2020. Yeah. And that's why they're moving so fast and that's why they were so aggressive in Biden's years, because I think they got knocked off track. I think this is a hostile coup d'etat that started in like 2015, and we just barely, by some miracle, kind of knocked them off course, and then they just stayed on course. We can blame the voters because a lot of voters are to blame, or we can blame ourselves. But ultimately, I think we need to acknowledge that this is a
takeover. Well,
this is a takeover, and they're using electoralism, and they're now weakening the law to do it. But I think this was a much larger racketeering criminal organization much sooner.
They studied
This was a plan.
They went to school to study African American studies to come back.
I downloaded that damn Project 2025. I'm like, are you serious?
I took out a copy and printed it and started taking notes next to it on how we could fight back on its measures. And it's so fucking mind-bogglingly comprehensive. And the left does not have a plan like that.
I'm talking to people talking about, I can't vote for them. Both of them are evil.
Shut up. I don't want to hear that.
Might not have mattered. Might not have mattered if they were manipulating the electoral. I mean, the electoral college.
No, well, they were trying to do that. They were trying to
get rid of that electoral college. Seriously.
But what happened was just like in where was it that just got rid of their dictator?
Turkey.
There's a couple countries. I know Sri Lanka.
The ugly dude.
But yeah, the guy who was basically on the side of Trump and Putin.
Yeah, that ugly dude in Europe.
Was it not Orban?
Turkey or
Victor Orban.
It was Orban. Victor
him.
Orban. Yeah.
They got rid of him because more people showed up than ever before. The reason why Biden won is because more people showed up than ever before in the history of voting. So. It makes a difference. That's more important than anything else. Before we get done with this conversation, I need you to know out there, YouTube, that win, I'm getting rid of the guy who's been doing, who's number one, the president for as long as he wants to be, who got rid of all of the rights that people supposedly had, just like they're trying to do now, who made voting harder for everybody, who gerrymandered the shit out of his entire country because he had the right to do it, because he changed the Constitution to do it, still got voted out because 75% of the people showed up and made it too hard to do anything else. We can still do that here. The minute you say, well, it's rigged, I'm not going to go, you've lost and you've condemned all of us.
And to follow you in that thought, if we use our voice, it's harder for them to lie about how much we liked it. Period. So the more of us who vote, the harder it is for them to rig it. Bosnia has shut their entire country down, resisting the Trump development on their sacred ground. The entire country shut down. South Korea, the citizens got together with their legislators and broke into their capital to let the legislators vote to stop a takeover. So like other countries are being way more American than we are. If we want to claim that as an American virtue, we need to live it. We really do. So we can do it. There's hope here, but it's hope in motion. It's hope in action. We can't keep looking to the skies for Superman. We need to get up and do it.
There's three things here. Number one, there's the legislative. I mean, well, let's go before that. There's the voting. We have to go out there and do what we've been doing so far for the past 6 months. Vote in the most left person you can, period. Go vote in the people who aren't bought by so-and-so and so-and-so. Vote in people like Caputo. I hate to be a commercial for him. I'm not an endorsement for him, but I'm saying whoever the other guy is that's getting money from them, don't vote for that. Find somebody else. But we got to do it. 75% of us have to be there. It has to be big. And maybe you've been hurting enough to realize that. That's one. Number two, legislative. We've got, if we're going to help women actually see some sort of, any sort of equality in healthcare, education, just common decency, rights to their own body, and including Epstein files, girls, like we have to, in order to get those things, we need to have legislators who are going to make these constitutional amendments and hold people like Trump, the PDF file, the grapist, to account. We've got to have that. But then the third thing is this movement, from everything we've been talking about here. Number one, Black Queen, you don't need to do anything because you did what you had to do, and we're the ones who are the problem. So men are going to have to fix the man problem. White folks are going to have to fix this MAGA shit that you put us in. This constant use of race and to feel superior. This use of your religion to hold people down. White folks are going to have to fix it. So stay out there.
I'm literally trying to teach Black history because of these jerks, because it's like if you put it in the internet, they can't get rid of it.
That's it. Men, on the other hand, we're going to, black, white, doesn't matter. All men are going to have to fix the problem that we've caused with women. So that action looks like forming your sport shooting club. You heard it here first.
I like that.
Form your sport shooting club. That means you and your neighbor and all the guys you go out for beers after you go to the range and you learn your shooting targets and your sport shooting club. And the money's being raised by the family or the group or the community. Men need to be out in droves because people that are wearing masks and goddamn khakis aren't the only ones allowed to organize. When we do all three, we need our sports shooting club. We need our wrestling club, our boxing clubs. We need to be talking to Joeseph Parez-Caputo, and we need to have them blue on top. Don't come here if you're MAGA. Only thing you're going to get is an elbow to the face. That's it. And then we'll kick you out. And I mean every word of that, people. Everything I said is legal. So don't worry about it. If somebody asks you that if you heard it here, tell them you heard it here first and show them the show. Your sports shooting club should be starting tomorrow. I know many of you out there have weapons. There's more goddamn guns in this country than there are people. Where is the sports shooting club for men who care? Because we're going to have to be the ones that hold some sort of line against these terrible monsters that think that they can do with women as they please. And the more power they get, the more we lose. we're going to have to do part 3. Do you agree, Joseph?
I agree, and I'm going to add that that's especially when they're your friends. That's especially when they're your uncles, their fathers, your grandfathers. Men, we need to acknowledge that, yeah, our bonds are everything to us, and society has us struggling to talk about our emotions in a vulnerable way. But if your friend does something, you shut them down. You have to. And maybe I'm lucky because part of me is Italian. So sometimes that hesitation where I don't know what I would say, the reaction is, oh, and now I've just said something. What are you doing? So sometimes like natural reaction has forced me to intervene. So I haven't had that moment of fear because that moment was taken up by, oh, call your fucking friends out and stop being their friends. There are a handful of people in this life. I'm in my early 30s. I was friends with them in my early 20s. I'm not anymore. There's a reason. Because I called them out, and they didn't like that, and they were too weak to change and to grow. And I didn't like that they weren't safe people.
The one-on-one,
I think that's important as men.
Is important. You've got to be that example. You've got to be the one to call them out. But we have to remember that the problem is structural. So we need structures. We need systems. We need groups. We need firearms groups. We need women learning how to use them as well. We need men who are taking that oath to one another to be the safe space for women to be. And it doesn't mean that you have to be muscular and busting guns all the time. That's not the point. The point is that also needs to be there. But we need to stand up on business as men, and we need to do it as structures, as groups. Even if you can register as a group, as your own YMCA version or your own version of a nonprofit, whatever it takes. I plan on doing this. I plan on doing this, and I plan on getting men involved in these sports shooting clubs, in these recreational sports clubs, physical sports clubs, and I plan on doing it in such a way that it's known that if you're MAGA, you don't want to come around. That's the point of these clubs. It's to exclude you, dumbass. You're not involved, not invited here.
And I think we need to create support networks. Right? Like we've heard of the bug out bag. We've heard of the get out bag. But who are the first 5 people who are going to take Sarah, who's left her husband, who is abusive?
Boom.
Do each of those 5 people, are they capable of hosting for a night or 2 each? Do they have enough extra food? Do they have enough extra toiletries? What is our support system to make sure, okay, maybe it's our friends, maybe it's a friend of a friend or a friend of a friend of a friend. Who are the vetted people in a network who can help take care of our own? I think we all could do a little better. I know I could do a little better with that. Who would be the first people I call if someone's like, yo, I need a place to stay for the night. I need to be safe, right? Like, how do we make sure people are good?
Number one, we need that in the community. We need people who know who's with them and who's not with them in their homes. And we have an entire class on that. We usually do it on Wednesdays. Number 2, you may have heard Drill Sergeant Spec Ops team, and what we do doesn't need to be out in the open all the time. But I can tell you that if you are that person, that I can find that network for you. Drill Sergeant Spec Ops team. The reason why people donate to the Patreon is not because we show extra special shows there. You don't get shit. Nothing extra happens there. But what you do everybody who pays that money, understand that money goes to cell phones that can't be traced. Understand that money goes to helping people who do things online that other people can't do, as well as help people who have no names. That's as far as I'll go, but I've done that. I'm a nobody. If you want to know how to do that, maybe you can get vetted too. Hit me up. It takes a little bit of vetting because it's very serious. But those networks can exist, and you may even know how to start one. So yeah, I agree 100%. We have to watch each other's back. But if you ever need to know if you're watching this and you don't know where to go. And you saw the sign, you saw the title, and it hit you a certain way because you're going through something or you know somebody going through something, hit me on Patreon. Hit me on politicaldrain@gmail.com. And we'll make sure that you can find these networks that exist. I'm loving it. I think I'll stop there. I'm ready for that. What do you, is that? That's a conversation. That's where I wanted to end, is how can we help? And we got to vote. We got to get legislative assistance. We've got to get laws, people in charge. But it ends with watching. I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. That's the way it goes. Because as we've just found out from Joe here, even if you wanted to go out there and do something big and strong and gather a bunch of guys, you're not going to be treated like Patriot Front will be treated. Mm-hmm. So therefore, that means we have to do it at home, in our communities, and branch out from there where it is too big to do anything about. And legally. That's where I'm at with this. I'll let you give the last words for you, Neff. Thank you for being on here. Give me some last words. What do you got to say about all of what I just said there?
I pretty much agree. The only thing I really wish is that I'm still trying to figure out why every group has a protection law except for us. We still ain't got one for us. And we were the number one people. We were the first victims. We do. So people, this is the normal. I mean, one specifically, not shared by everybody else. But
here's the deal. This is the talking point that's used to make sure that we stay divided with our other people who are either of color or a minority. Mm-hmm. The reason why you have a Asian protection or a indigenous and any other protection is because when we invented the law, it was for us. So if I say right now, if I say black power, it means something because we didn't have it. If white person says white power, all of a sudden it means something different. It is for us. Those laws were for us, and they have to expand them to other people. Is the reason why you have an Asian protection law, this and that. But any of the hate crimes, anything that's done, if you say the N-word, if the crime exists, if they have that law, you don't have to call it the black protection. You are the civil rights protected. And then anybody else that wasn't a part of that because, well, wait a minute. Asians happened to this and they're not protected under this law that we are. So then they had to expand it to Asian, or they had to expand it to Muslim, or they had to expand it to whatever it is. So I just want us to remember that those laws were made for us, which they don't have to say.
A lot of laws were made for us, and what they're doing is jumping through hoops and loops in all kind of ways. And at this point, you got to have a specific law for about everybody at this point, because they gonna say, "Well, it didn't mention you specifically." So honestly, I wouldn't mind having one that specifically says this community. No offense to anybody else, because they had one before us that specifically was for them. I understand we was there. But, with all these loopholes, look what they did to the 14th Amendment. I didn't think they could touch the Constitution and the amendments. And look what they're doing.
Yeah. And then we get on to a whole nother show. We're going to have you back, Neff, because goddamn, trying to end on a high note. And
look, my mother wanted to be a Black Panther at 15. She raised me.
Yes, exactly. So that's what's up. There is that. And I want to have a discussion on that. I want to look into it and see what these laws, see how we have been overlooked, if so, and see if maybe we just don't know which ones are for us or not.
Safeguards for what we still have in the amendments. Can we keep them from touching everything so much?
What we need to do is go up there and get rid of these old geriatric.
Yes, these Methuselah people.
And then we need to start. There's a lot we need to do. It's another show.
Everybody should retire at 65. That's all I'm going to say. No matter who the hell you are, 65, sit your ass down.
I like it. I like it. I don't know. I think maybe term limits are there. People say term limits. People will give an age. Whatever
Supreme
it is,
Court
it needs,
needs
it
Supreme
needs
Court
to
does
be
not
done.
need to be lifelong at all.
And
We need to
definitely
get
get rid
that
of this
toad out.
lifelong.
We need to get Clarence Ruckus out.
Oh yeah, no. His name is Uncle
Agreed.
Thomas. It's already there. His
Yeah,
name is
Uncle Tom,
Thomas.
you got it, Uncle Tom.
Thomas is right there. It rolls
Can we
off
put
the
Ruckus
tongue.
in there? Can we slip Ruckus up in there?
Uncle
Ruckus
Ruckus,
was a
Uncle
cool-
Thomas, Uncle Ruckus,
Uncle Ruckus Tom.
Uncle Ruckus
Yeah.
Thomas,
Yes.
Thomas
There we go.
Ruckus, whatever you want to call him.
Yes.
He looks.
This is good.
He looks like
He
a
looked
deformed.
like a toad, if you ask
The guy
me.
that looks like a deformed piece of charcoal that swear
Yeah.
that he's actually a white dove. Him, that guy. Make sure that he cannot stay there another year. But I like this. I like where this is going. Last words for you, Joe.
If you are a safe man, women will tell you what they need. If you do the effort to make yourself a man who is safe, women will tell you what they need. And when they do,
Listen.
do it. Yeah, listen.
I love it. I love it. Y'all, we got to vote. Go out there and vote. If you are in the 4th District of Connecticut, go vote. We had someone on here who was a 6th District, I believe, of Connecticut. These other people, we have them on here for a reason. I don't want to hear your excuses. There are 3 parts that are necessary. 1, the vote. 2, the laws when they get in there. And 3, the neighborhood. Take it back. We, the people, are the government. Govern thyself. We can do this. Hit me up if you need to know how. That's it. If you need to know how, I'm on your left.
Go, 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 resist, resisting, fuck this shit's going down, that's right here, right now, the political drain, just the news you need, nothing driven by greed, no sipping Kool-Aid, Sims cooking on that knee, so then we got it again.
That was the Political Drain podcast, which can be heard on www.groovechillradio.com/political-drain and can be viewed on the Political Drain YouTube channel anytime. Once again, thank you for listening to Groove Chill as we resist fascism in any form, pursue democracy, peace, and love.